Our next reader is going to be Lindsay Wong, author of the critically acclaimed, award-winning, and best-selling memoir, The Woo Woo, and now the author of the new story collection, Tell Me Pleasant Things About Immortality. Everybody, Lindsay Wong!
So I'm going to read a short excerpt from my collection of immigrant horror stories, Tell Me Pleasant Things About Immortality. And in this story, it's called Sorry Sister Eunice. They're a bunch of Asian sorority sisters. They're like these nine-tailed fox demons, and they're disguised as these sorority sisters, and they like live on campus, and they just eat students. And they have one sister that they don't really like, so you'll find out later. We call Sister Eunice an anomaly because her rotund form is truly unrecognizable. Her Earth-like circumference and squat stature would probably be the same if someone brainy were to measure her ratio of gravity to girth. All of us nine-tailed fox demons, except for Sister Eunice, are model thin, 5'9", and divinely beautiful in both fox and human form. Plus, like all Hulu Ching, we have luxurious manes, angular features, and golden brown eyes. We look permanently photoshopped. Eunice's skin is potholed like a steamed rice cake. Her breath always smells like fermented dairy. The closest we've been to this sort of unpleasing odor was in the 15th century, when lice was rampant in the courts of the Yongle Emperor. Even though none of us want to be Sister Eunice, we think she's hilarious. At group dinner tonight, she shows us her swollen foot and missing shoe. I got so drunk this morning, I fell down the stairs, she says, pushing up her lenses that remind us of laboratory safety goggles. Then I woke on the lawn and I lost my Jimmy Choo. Oh shit, you poor thing, we all exclaim. We do our best to tolerate Eunice because that's what good families do. Yep, she says, pushing her hair over her face like a shower curtain. 5th time this semester. Come to think of it, Sister Eunice has a bit of a drug and alcohol problem. Actually, we all do. You would too if you were immortal, over 600 years old, and masquerading as a 20-something-old Gen Zer in an all-Asian sorority, Sigma Omicron Pi, at San Francisco State U. For centuries, we Hulu Ching have been migrating and shape-shifting into human form. We have traveled through the wild terrains of China, Korea, and Japan, destroying townships, marriages, and political careers with enthusiasm. Behind our penchant for destruction lies a manic appetite for human gristle. Once you've gnawed on a merchant on a ship to India or a hopeful farmer looking for a wife, it's hard to be content with a stomach half empty with rabbit. Fox demons are selfish creatures, meant to inhabit caves in the black forest of Xinjiang alone. We are not meant to live as pack members in an old colonial mansion protected by the collegiate moss and the genteel veneer of an ivy tower. It still baffles us that we're forced to share our prey. The frat boy who reeks of beer and the stoner loner with Dorito breath. We suppose it's just good table manners. During our bi-weekly group dinner, while sucking on tendons and crunching pelvic bones, we want to lunge and tear out each other's throats. But it's against rules at Sigma Omicron Pi. Thou shalt not kill or maim a Hulu Ching sister until threat of extinction is over. By dessert time, which is always raw liver, we think about smothering each other with fluffy pink pillows. By after-dinner drinks, we wonder why we don't just throw ourselves out a window. So Eunice, we say instead, forcing down our instincts for mass homicide and suicide, tell us what happened again to your shoe? What we don't tell Sister Eunice is that one of us stole her right Jimmy Choo after she passed out drinking a dozen rum and cokes. Sometimes, when we're intoxicated, we waltz into campus bars and shake our mortal asses to Ariana Grande and Drake. Sister Cece will badly karaoke Aretha Franklin, while Sister Tiffany will jam her pink fox tongue down a young visiting scholar's throat. We clutch our gin and tonics to our chests, and because we're masquerading as oversexed sorority girls, we occasionally dry hump one another when we think people are looking. As the night goes on, we loudly sob-sigh for our former lives in Asia, for days of no electricity, pre-internet, when the Hulu Ching were influential starters and manipulators of epic wars between fiefdoms. Under the bar's strobe lights, there's a cruel, scorching hope reflected in each of our gleaming corneas. We crave a permanent return to chaos in nature. It's hard to admit that we're practically irrelevant nowadays, that human beings no longer need the Hulu Ching to assist them in the destruction of their own species. Thank you so much.
Lindsay Wong, everyone. Thank you, Lindsay. Lovely. Thank you.